And we're going to sit up nice and tall and root down. So we're going to be working on, the theme today is finding yourself in yourself. So what I exactly mean by that is you have yourself, you know your body and your mind and everything. So that's yourself. But in yourself is yourself, is the self, the me, the essence. Maybe you can even say it is your soul. And that is, it is made up of all of the elements that are all around you. It's also, you're also connected to everything around you. So we're connected to the rocks and the trees and the water and the animals and absolutely everything, because we are all made up of pretty much the same things. Okay. So we've got the earth. So we're sitting on the earth right now. We're feeling stable and grounded. And that actually flows with the chakras as well too. And then we have the water, and the water, we're made up of water. I think it's about 70% water we're made up of. Plus there's water all over the planet, and it was raining not for very long ago. So, I mean, there's that water and you can feel the humidity. So there's the water, and that's also in your sacrum. So that's movement, a sensual pleasure as well. And then we've got the sun, the heat, the fire, and that's in our bellies, but it's also up there in the sun, and that makes us grow. And then we've got the air, and we breathe that through our lungs, and that's in the area of our hearts. And then we're surrounded by space in the atmosphere, space all around us. And that's in our throats. That's our self-expression. That's our voice. Okay. And then up here is our wisdom and our knowledge. So which are not elements, but the other ones are. So just thinking about those elements and thinking about how they are in your body, how they feel in your body. Maybe you can notice them, maybe not, and that's okay. Just noticing if you can find your me, if you know really what I'm talking about, or if you kind of have a hint of it. It is our true essence. It is your truth. So your deep beliefs, what you have, your gut feeling, that is the self. So that's really what we're going to be working on today. Okay, so just bring your hands onto your knees, sit up tall, bring the shoulders up towards the ears, roll them back down, lengthen through the neck, lengthen through your head, reaching your head up towards the ceiling, and just relax in this pose. And then bring your awareness to your senses first. So what do you see behind your closed eyelids? What do you smell in your space? What do you feel? What do you hear? And even what you taste. And notice that all around you. And then you can begin to dive in a little bit more, just noticing the physical body to begin with, doing a little body scan. Just noticing where you're starting at this moment, where you're starting today. How are you feeling? So scanning that physical body, and you don't have to get too detailed. Don't spend too much time. Just move through it, just noticing different sensations, and then move up in your head, noticing thoughts. How are your thoughts today? And then go ahead and notice your emotions, your feelings. And then come to rest on your breath. Oh dear, it's raining outside. Good thing I'm not outside. Although my cats are outside and hopefully they're gonna be able to find some space that they don't get wet because they're not gonna like that very much. Okay, so just notice your breath moving in and out of your body. Noticing if it's quick at this moment, if it's slower, if you're breathing in one more nostril than the other nostril, if you're breathing through your mouth. Let's take a notice there. And then on your next breath in, let's bring the arms out to the sides. Just touch your fingers gently down by your hips, just reaching kind of out. Take a moment here, just feeling your mat underneath your fingertips. And on your inhale, lift your arms all the way up, hands to touch. And then exhale, push the air down, feeling that resistance in the air. Do that again. Inhale, lift palms up. Lifting up that air, feel the heaviness of the air, and hands touch. And then exhale, push that air back down, feeling the resistance. There's definitely something there. Touch the ground. And then palms up, lift up again. Pushing that air all the way up, sandwich it between your hands, and then again, push all the way back down. Good, and just rest your hands down. Just touch the ground very lightly with your fingertips. And allow that breath just to get a little bit longer, a little bit deeper. And then we're gonna breathe in a 5 count. So palms up, we're gonna breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, push down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. And we're going to do it with our fingers. So coming up, thumbs out for 1. Point your fingers out for 2, tall fingers out for 3, ring fingers out for 4, pinkies out for 5, and then go backwards. Pinkies, ring, tall finger, pointer finger, and thumb. It's really kind of difficult trying to get your arms to move in time with your fingers and your breath, but let's do it again. For 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands down and notice. Okay, let's cross our legs in the other way. So the left leg is forwards. And again, if this isn't right for you, just make it so that the right leg is somewhat forwards. You know, just don't stress about it. Okay, so just holding it here and just noticing how it feels on this side. And just finding that connection again. Okay, and then on your next inhale, float the arms all the way up. Take your time. We're still kind of doing a 5 count, hands to touch. And then we're going to slide bend over towards the right side. And then lift yourself up, grow a little taller, and then over towards that left side. Inhale, lift up. This time we're going to twist. Arms out into a T and twist. Inhale, lift up. And then twist over to the other side. Inhale, lift. This time we're going to reach back. So bring your right arm, circle it back, bring it back behind you, and then reach up, do a little like leaning back. Inhale, reach the arms back up. And then exhale, take that other arm, reach it back behind you, support yourself, and then lift up and just lean back. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, bring your hands towards your heart. Just hold it here for a moment. And again, just noticing. Trying to get in touch with those elements, getting in touch with the connection with everything. So you might not be outside, but we're still connected with things that are natural where you are. Maybe even if you just imagine it. And then just going to that point of your essence, your truth, yourself. And just finding your beliefs. Okay. On your next inhale, let's bring ourselves into a table. Spread out the fingers. And we're going to press down in through our tibias and into the tops of the feet. If your knees are giving you some issues, then you can stand up on this or just use a chair or do whatever you need to do to get comfortable. Spread out your fingers. So we're in a tabletop. So the tops of the feet, you want to press down into the ground. So really it's not the knees too much that are pushing into the ground. And again, if you need to put anything underneath the knees, do that. So find a really nice strong tabletop here. And we're going to do 2 sets of cow and cat. So drop the belly and then move with your heart as you lift up the chest and the chin. And on your exhale, move with the heart as you come into your cat. And again, inhale, drop the belly, move with your heart as it goes up. Remember, your heart is your center. And then exhale, round out, following with the heart as you move into cat. And then come back to your table. Root down through your right hand and take your left hand, bring it to your heart, and then swing your arm all the way up. And then exhale, bring it all the way back down. Take your right hand, press it down into your heart, and then swing it all the way up. And then bring it all the way back down. Let's do that one more time. Left hand comes towards the heart, and it reaches all the way up. You can follow it with your eyes, and then all the way back down to the ground. Change hands, right hand reaches all the way up. And then all the way back down. Oh, I forgot to touch the heart. Well, try to do that. Okay, come back to your tabletop. Stay here for a moment and then curl the toes. Just rock yourself from back and forth a couple of times. We're going to do 2 more cows and cats. So toes are curled. Inhale the cow. Exhale the cat. One more. Inhale cow. And exhale cat. Good. Come back to a tabletop. You're going to uncurl the toes and either sit back onto your heels or come up onto your knees. Or if you want to stand up or sit down some other way, you can go and do that. Okay. Bring your hands towards your heart. And we're going to make circles with the wrist, connecting the hands together. So the palms are going to touch with the wrists and the hands. You're going to circle them around, coming to the back of the hands, and you're going to go all the way up. All the way up, circling the hands, finding that connection with the hands. The hands have a lot of nerve endings on them, so the touching, you can really sense that. And then go the opposite direction to bring the hands all the way back down. Take your time, paying attention. All the way back down. And then we'll do that one more time. Opposite direction again as we go up. Feeling the movement in the wrists, the hands, the forearms, the elbows, and maybe even the upper arm, and definitely in the shoulders, maybe the chest and the back too. And then come all the way back down. And then just bring your hands towards your heart. Close your eyes and just notice. And then bring your hands back down and bring yourself back into a tabletop. This time we're going to curl the toes. Keep the toes curled. And you're going to reach that right leg out. And push the heel away from you. Push it away. And then come back a little bit more, pushing into the toes, and then lift that right leg up. Just hold it here. And then we're gonna bring it over towards the right side, touch the ground, bring it back to center, and then bring it over and cross it behind you towards the left side. Bring it back to center, and we'll do it 2 more times. Bring it over towards the right, back to center, over towards the left, back to center, over towards the right. And this time we're going to push into the left hand, reach the right arm up. Bring your hand down. Do that again, but bring your hand towards the heart and then lift that arm all the way up. Bring your hand all the way back down. Take your right leg, reach it back behind you. And then over across behind you towards the left side. Push into your right hand. Take your left hand and lift it all the way up towards the ceiling. And then bring it all the way back down. And then touch your heart. And then lift it up. Bring it all the way down. We'll do that one more time. Touch your heart. And then bring it all the way up. Bring it all the way back down. Bring your leg back to center. Bring your leg back to table and come into a child's pose and rest for a couple of breaths. And while you're resting and you're breathing, what do you notice? Can you feel the ground? Can you feel that earth? With the movement, maybe you can feel the water in your body. Can you feel the heat that you're building? That fire that resides in you? Can you feel the air that you're breathing? Can you feel all the knowledge, the space around you first, the space? And then the knowledge and the wisdom that you have in you. That's yourself. Okay, let's push ourselves back up into a table and we'll do the other side. Curl your toes again. Spread out your fingers. And then we're going to reach that left leg, reach it back behind you, push into the toes. Push your heel away, feel a stretch in your calf. And then ease off and lift that leg up. If this is too much onto your wrist, you're very, very welcome to come down onto your forearms again or onto your fists, okay? It's entirely up to you. Okay, and then we're gonna take that left leg, reach it over towards that left side, bring it all the way back up, and then over, cross it behind the right leg over towards the right, and then lift it back up. Let's do that one more time like that. Over towards the left, lift it back up, and then over towards the right and lift it back up. And then over towards the left, hold it there, press into the right hand, left hand comes to the heart and then lifts up. Bring the hand back down. One more time, hand to the heart and then lift it up. And bring that hand back down. Left leg reaches back behind you. And then crosses over behind that right leg. Push into your left hand. This time the right hand touches the heart and then reaches up. Bring the hand back down. Again, touch the heart and lift up. Bring the hand, float it back down. Bring that left leg all the way back behind you. Come back into a tabletop. One cow, one cat, and then come back into child's pose. And settle yourself here. Soften. Breathe and notice. Do you feel that connection? Do you feel that connection to yourself? Do you feel that connection to all the elements? And maybe to something else? Okay, on your next breath, we're gonna come back up onto our knees. So standing up onto our knees. I'm gonna face you. Again, if it's not good on your knees, then you can stand up, okay? So we're gonna curl the toes under for now. Okay, just hold it here. Bring your hands towards your heart. Good. Okay, you're gonna inhale the arms, reach them up. And we're gonna side bend over to one side. Side bend, it really doesn't matter which side because we're doing both. And then lift all the way up and then over towards the other side. Inhale, lift all the way up. And then we're gonna do a twist, just like we did at the very beginning. Twist, open arms, spread out those fingers, soften your face and shoulders. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale over towards the other side, twist. Inhale, lift up. And then this time, reach that left arm or the other arm, whatever, going backwards, backwards, backwards. And the other arm reaches up and you're just gonna try to grab hold, maybe touch your heel, maybe not, maybe just wave at it. Just reaching those arms away from you. And then roll that arm, circle it all the way back up. We'll do the other side. Arm circles all the way back behind you, reaching or touching, trying to touch that heel. The arms are reaching away from each other. You're opening up to the heart. And then inhale, circle that back arm all the way back up. And then bringing your hands towards your heart. Hold it there. Okay, you're gonna come back into a tabletop again. Spread out the fingers. Have the toes curl. We'll do 2 sets of cow and cat. Cow and cat. And this time, hips towards the heels. And you're gonna lift up those knees, pushing your hips back. Reach, 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 reach. And then slowly push into your feet and lift your hips all the way up into a downward dog. And you can start to pedal your feet here. Creating some movement. And this time, let's just move the feet from side to side, doing a little twist here. Your knees are really bent, spreading out your fingers. You're just doing a little twist. Okay. And then come stand in your downward dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Just notice. And as you move through plank, you're going to bring your knees down back into a tabletop. And take a step forward with your right foot. So coming into a lunge. And if this lunge doesn't serve you, you can always come up, bring the knee up. Okay. Bring your hands onto your knees, your front knee. Make sure your knee's right over top of the ankle. Open up through your chest, soften your shoulders. And we're going to bring the arms all the way back up again. And side bend over towards the left side this time. Left side. Hands do not have to touch the ground. Inhale, lift up. Side bend over towards the other side. Inhale, lift up. And a twist, T-twist. Inhale, lift up. T-twist towards the other side. Inhale, lift up. And then take that left arm, reach it all the way back. So we're doing that little back bend again. And then inhale, roll that arm all the way back up. And then the right arm reaches back behind you. Left arm reaches up. And then round the arm all the way back up. And then bring your hands back down to the ground and go back into your table. Take a moment here and then step that left foot forwards. The left foot comes forwards. You curl your back toes for more support. Bring your hands onto your knee. Find your balance here. If you want to lift up, that's perfectly fine. either in warrior one or in a high lunge. Soften your shoulders, open up your chest, your heart, root down through both feet. And you're going to inhale those arms all the way back up again. And then side bend over towards the right side this time. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale over towards the left side. Inhale, lift up. And we'll do a T twist over towards the right first. Inhale, lift up. T twist over towards the left side. Inhale, lift up. And then circle that right arm all the way back behind you. Lean back, maybe reach towards a heel or wave at it. Inhale, circle the arm all the way back up again. And then left arm reaches all the way back. And then circles all the way back up. Reach up, bring your hands down. Bring yourself back into a table. Keep the toes curled, bring your hips towards the heels, and then lift yourself back up into a downward dog. I'm gonna stretch it out here a little bit, wiggle around as much as you need to. And then we're going to walk those feet and hands together, coming into a forward fold. Bend into your knees, hold onto your elbows, just gently. Let your head drop. Just hold yourself here. If this is too dramatic for you, you can just lean like I'm leaning against the counter. This is okay too. Just find out what works for you. Doesn't have to be strenuous or struggling. Forward bends help to allow you to go inwards just a little bit more. Okay, and then on your next breath, you're just gonna slowly roll yourself up. Taking your time because you really don't want to get yourself dizzy. And then bring your arms all the way up. Reaching up as high as you can get them. And then bring your hands towards your heart. And hold yourself here. Bring your hands down, find your Tadasana. Root down equally through both feet, spread out your toes. See if you can find your balance here. Bone stacking, open up through the chest, soften the shoulders, soften your jaw, soften your eyes. Your eyes can be open or closed, but if your eyes are open, just a very, very soft gaze. And try not to have your eyes roaming all over the place. Just try to focus on one particular thing. When we're allowed to stay quiet and peaceful, sometimes we can go inwards just a little bit more and to notice, to reflect. Able to dive a little bit deeper. Okay, inhale the arms all the way up, hands to touch, and then bring those hands down towards your heart. You're gonna root down through that right foot, pick up your left foot, find a little balance here, maybe the toes just touch. You're gonna reach that leg all the way back. And bring yourself into warrior two. So pivot that back foot. And you can play around with the distance between the legs, doesn't really matter. And then reach those arms away from you. And bring your hands facing down. Spread out the fingers, reach. And then looking over that right hand, making sure that there's a little external rotation on that right thigh. In fact, take your right hand, place it onto that right thigh, move it down towards your knee, and just notice if the knee is over top of the ankle, and then move it back up. Just do a little tilt outwards of that thigh, just to make sure it's moving outwards. And then bring your arm back. Equal weight through both feet. Your torso is right in between those legs. Take a breath here. On your inhale, straighten that front leg and reach those arms all the way up. And then exhale back to warrior two. Do that one more time. Inhale, reach up. And then back to your warrior two. Okay, hold it here. And then again, inhale, lift up. Straighten that front leg, but this time we're going to go backwards. So take that left arm and reach it back. And again, reach those arms away from you. Reach, open them up. Breathe. Okay, and then on your next breath, back to warrior two. Bend into that knee. Inhale, lift back up. And then exhale, back to warrior. No, don't do that. Straighten that front leg. We're going to tilt ourselves forwards. Tilt ourselves forwards. Just like a little triangle. Not too big, but reaching those arms away from you. Open up through your shoulders and your chest. And then float yourself all the way back to your warrior two. Hold it here. And then bring your hands towards your heart. Pivot your right foot. So they're both, the feet are facing the same direction and a little tiny bit on an angle. Okay, root down through those feet. Don't lock your knees. They're a little micro bend into them. Open through your arms, through your shoulders. Hold it here. And then take your hands and reach them out to the top corners of your room. So you're coming into a star. Reach out, in fact, expand out, expand. Maybe even bringing your shoulder blades together. And then on your exhale, bend into your knees and your arms come into cactus. And then inhale again, star. Reach open, little bit, back bend maybe. And then exhale, your temple pose, your goddess pose. And then one more time, into your star, open up through that heart. And then exhale back to your goddess. Then bring your hands towards your heart and then stretch out your legs. Good. Okay, so we're gonna pivot that left foot this time. Pivot it away. So you're coming into warrior two. You might have to move your right foot too, coming back into warrior two, on with the left leg forwards. So bend into that knee and then reach those arms all the way out, pushing away the air. And then bring the hands down and flat, looking over that left hand, soften through the shoulders. And then take that left hand and move it down to that left knee. Just making sure that left knee is right over top of the ankle. And then bring it up a little bit just to open up through that left thigh, just moving it an external rotation, and then bring the left hand back up. So your torso, again, is between both feet, root down equally through both feet. Hold it here. And then on your inhale, reach up, straighten both legs, reach up, and then exhale back to your warrior two. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach up. And exhale back to your warrior two. Okay, hold it here, soften where you need to soften. And then inhale, reach up again. And this time we're gonna go backwards. So the right arm is gonna come back behind you or to the side, and then reach those arms away from each other. Try not to strain or struggle. The idea of finding the self is to find joy, to find your bliss. Are you finding it? Where is it? Where has it gone? Let's find it. Okay, and then back to your warrior two. Take a breath in and reach. And then exhale, we're gonna tilt forwards. Tilt ourselves forwards, not too much, kind of like a little triangle. We're just gonna reach those arms away from us. Trying to get in contact with all of those elements. They're in every cell of our bodies. Okay, and then on your next breath, back to your warrior two. Good. Then bring your hands towards your heart again. And then we're gonna move that left foot again. So we're facing forwards or to the side, having our feet kind of pushing out, and we're going to bring ourselves back into that star. So reach the hands and reach them out. Open up through the chest and through the throat. Hold it here. Push down equally through both feet. Knees are a little tiny bit bent. Okay, and then as you exhale, bring yourself into goddess or temple pose. So squat down, arms are in cactus, spread out those fingers. And then inhale, reach back up, star, exhale back into cactus. Really feel your body here. And then inhale, reach up into star. Spread out those arms, squeeze your shoulder blades together, push your heart out. Exhale back to cactus. And then bring your hands towards your heart. Straighten out your legs. I'm going to pivot again towards that left side. Pivot again towards the left side. And with our hands here, we're just going to take a step forwards and bring that right foot up to hover. You might be facing the back of your mat, and it's okay. And then bring that foot down. Adjust yourself. And then bring your hands down. And coming into your mountain pose, just taking a moment here. Breathe and notice, taking this time to reflect. Okay. So bringing your hands again towards your heart, but this time just placing them on your heart like this, one hand and the other hand. Let's put the left hand and then the right hand on top. I'm going to face you so you know what I'm doing. Okay. So we're going to root down through the right leg, lift up that left foot, and then bring it back behind you. Just pushing into, just right back, not very much. Bending into that, both knees a little bit, and the back foot, that left foot, you're on the ball of your foot. Okay, your hands are on your heart. So standing up nice and tall, you should feel pretty much supported. Okay, if not, then lean against something or, okay, you can move your legs far back or as close as you like. Okay, and if you're on the ball of the foot and it doesn't feel very supported, you can put your foot down. Okay, you can have your feet like this, that's okay too. Okay, so we're gonna inhale, we're gonna open up both arms. Reach out, open, and then exhale, bring your hands back towards your heart, right hand on top. Again, inhale, open. And exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale back towards the heart. And then take a step to the side and bring yourself back into your mountain pose. And again, notice. Breathe. Maybe close your eyes so you go inwards a little bit more. So again, trying to notice those elements. The earth is an easy one because you can feel that underneath your feet. The flow is the water. The heat that you're creating in your bodies, that's your fire. Your breathing, that's your air. And the space is all around you. Can you feel all of those? Can you feel the self? Can you feel your center, your me? Okay, let's bring your right hand towards your heart first, and your left hand to cover. And then put the weight into your left foot, pick up your right leg, bring it back behind you, bend into both knees, and you're supporting yourself with your left foot firmly into the ground and the right foot on the ball of your foot. And again, you can bring it down, you can adjust it. Just find some balance here. Okay, hold it here. On your inhale, you're gonna reach your arms all the way out. You want to challenge yourself, look up at both the left fingers. Exhale, bring your left hand Right hand down, left hand on top. And again, inhale, open. Maybe this time you look down at that right hand. Ooh, lots of balancing here. And then exhale, right hand comes down, left hand on top. One more time, inhale, open. You can look up or down or center. Open here. And then exhale, bring it all back in. Hold it here. And then take a step. Bring your hands down, come back into your Tadasana. Close your eyes. Again, what do you notice? Spark of joy? A little bit of bliss? What is your truth? Maybe smile. Smiling really helps to bring a little bit of joy. Remember, we're playing, we're practicing, we're having some fun. Okay. And then we're going to get back down onto the mat. So inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, open up the arms, open up your heart, and you're going to plunge all the way down, reaching down towards the toes. Let's come up halfway, lengthen through your back. Exhale, plunge right down. Walk your hands if you need to, and bring yourself into a plank to begin with. Just one little plank, then into a downward dog. You can take a few moments to stretch anything out that needs stretching out. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And then bring yourself down onto your knees, and we're going to make ourselves down onto our stomachs. Coming all the way down onto the tummy. Okay, so bring your arms down by your sides, palms up, and then just turn your head over onto the right side. Again, if this does not feel comfortable, you can move your head in any direction that feels comfortable. Take a moment here, take a couple of breaths. And then move your head over towards the other side. Take a couple of breaths here. Okay, then bring your head back to center. Point your toes behind you, reach your arms back behind you. You're kind of facing to your kind of nose or your forehead's on the ground. On your inhale, you're just gonna lift up your legs, lift up your arms, and maybe lift up your head and chest. Try to keep your spine in line, and then exhale all the way back down. We're gonna inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Inhale to lift up. And exhale, lower all the way back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and then push yourself up and bring yourself back into a child's pose. This time, maybe you can want to support your head with your fists. Maybe this time you want to bring your arms back behind you. And just take a few moments here. And then bring your hands down, push yourself up. We're going to bring ourselves into a pinwheel. So bringing your right foot in front of your left foot. Okay. So we're in this position, you're just going to be stretching out a little bit of the psoas on the left side. Okay, and then stretching out your legs. So play around with this. If you want to put something underneath one of your buttocks, but you can float it up. So sitting up as tall as you can. Then we're going to inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands towards your heart. And then inhale the arms all the way open. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open up through your chest, and then round yourself out. Reach the arms forwards, and then lift yourself all the way back up. And then float the arms all the way back down. Bring your hands towards the heart. Do that one more time. Inhale the arms all the way up. Hands to touch. Exhale down towards the heart. Inhale. Open up the arms. Wide, wide, wide. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, round out. Bring your hands in front of you. And then lift those arms all the way up. And then float them all the way back down. All the way back down to the ground. Okay. So plant your right hand. Okay. If your right knee is in front, if your left knee is in front, plant your left hand. And we're just going to do a little baby wild thing. This helps to stretch out that psoas just a little bit more. And then bring yourself all the way back down. And then we're going to switch over towards the other side. And again, if pinwheel isn't working for you, you can always stretch out one of your legs like this. That's perfectly fine. The find pinwheel on the other side. So the left leg should be in front if possible. Okay, hold it here for a moment. Just notice the difference on this side. And then on your next breath, sweep those arms all the way back up. Hands to touch. Exhale those hands down towards the heart. And then inhale, open up. Reaching the heart out, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, round out. Inhale, lift up. And then float the arms all the way back down. Bring the hands back towards the heart. One more time. Inhale, lift up. I don't think I've moved that around, but anyway, bring your hands back down to the heart. Inhale, lift your arms, open up your arms, wide, wide, wide. Exhale, round out the back, hands in front of you, and then lift up the arms all the way up, bringing them down, float them down. Bring your hands back towards your heart. Then take your left hand, place it down by your left hip. And then lift yourself in a little baby wild thing. You don't have to go very high, very far. And then bring yourself all the way back down. You're gonna reach those legs out. Give them a little shake. And then bend into the knees and roll yourself down onto the ground. You can give your knees a little hug. Maybe rock from side to side if that feels good in your back, or maybe doing some circles. Maybe the other direction. Maybe ankle circles would feel really good as well too. So you did some stuff on the feet. Roll those feet around, wiggle the toes, squeezing them and releasing them. Then we'll move ourselves into a little twist. But I think cactus arms, maybe half cactus arms. So not into a T, but not into cactus arms, but maybe half cactus arms. If you want to, you don't have to. And then taking those legs either up, where you can bring your feet down to the ground, and then just moving them over onto the side. So going towards maybe the right side first. And then you can decide whether that head moves in the opposite direction, like to the left, or if it stays centered, or if it goes in the same direction as your legs. Again, don't force it. Twists are just a really nice place to release what isn't serving you. So what you've done so far, if there's been any thoughts or any emotions or anything that's come up that you don't need, just release them here. And the heart's wide open. So when your heart is wide open, that's a cause for a lot of emotions can come out from this. Not a bad thing. Maybe the emotion of joy and bliss. Okay,
And when you're ready, you can bring your head back to center, bring your knees back to center. Take a moment here. And then move your knees over towards the other side. And just dropping them down and readjusting if you need to. And again, if your head wants to go in the opposite direction, do that. Or centered or in the same direction. You decide and allow yourself to soften here. Soften and release. Take maybe 1 or 2 more breaths here on this side. Then whenever you're ready, bring your head back. Bring your knees back. Maybe give yourself a little hug. And then bring yourself into your Savasana. Reach your legs out. Adjust yourself. Reach your legs out, reach your arms out. Or maybe you want to place your hands on your belly or on your heart. Or one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. You decide. And give in and surrender to your Savasana. Find a place where you can just be. Just breathe.
Very, very peacefully allow your breath to deepen. And slowly bring yourself back. Bring your awarenesses back. Begin to feel and sense all that's around you. Maybe at the same time as things are happening inside you. And bring some movement back into the body. Wiggling fingers and toes. And giving yourself a nice gentle stretch. Rolling over onto one side. And then gently pushing yourself up into a seat. Any seat will do. And just come to tall seat where you feel grounded and at ease. So just have your hands at your knees for now. Just take a couple moments here when you're seated. So hopefully everyone's seated because I can't see anybody. We're just going to finish with just that breathing exercise we did at the beginning of practice. So bring your hands down to the sides of your body, just fingers touching, close your eyes. Just feeling yourself grounded here. And then as you inhale, palms are facing up and you're just going to lift up that air. Nice and slow, taking your time, feeling the heaviness of the air as you breathe in. Maybe your hands touch, maybe they don't. And then exhale, push the air all the way back down. And then we'll do that with a count of 5. So inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then exhale, push it down again for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then we're going to do it with the fingers. So inhale, thumb, pointer, tall finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Exhale, pinky finger, ring finger, tall finger, pointer finger, and thumb. And just bring your hands down. Bring your hands towards your heart, either in Anjali Mudra or your hand touching hands. One hand on top of another, just touching your heart. And just notice and breathe. And take time for reflection. Were you able to connect? Connect to yourself, in yourself, to the elements. To everything around you. We all share a common thread. It's there. It's just tapping into it. It's finding that self that resides in us, finding that joy, that sense of bliss. Sometimes it's hiding, but it's there. Did you notice it? And then whatever else you noticed about your practice today, the ease, the struggle, the tension, the release, anything that you noticed, the sensations, the breath. And let's bring our hands towards our hearts. So bring your hands together now. Mind and body connect. Anjali Mudra. Bring your thumbs and just connect them to your breastbone or your sternum. And then just bow your head in gratitude. Gratitude for your practice, for joining together to finding that connection. For being curious. For being where you are. And then sharing that gratitude with whomever and wherever you'd like to share it. And let's sing Om once, just to seal the practice, sharing that sound that vibrates within us and vibrates in nature and around the world and the universe. So breathe in.
Exhale with a sigh. And breathe in for 1 Om. Om. Namaste.
Thank you, everyone. Thank